reporting for Kids First, and today I'll be speaking with Andy Finkman, director of the theater production Heathers the Musical. Andy's most recognized for his work in She's the Man and Hocus Pocus. Now let's speak with him about Heathers the Musical. Hi, Mr. Fickman. It is so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, but you can call me Andy.
Thank you, Andy. So I just want to talk about this. I get to talk to you about Heathers the Musical, but my name is Heather, so I just feel like that's just a really funny coincidence.
By the way, I love that way. I am so used to for so many years saying Heather, 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 that now I'm talking to someone who legit is named Heather.
It's so funny when it became like a TikTok sensation and they were like using the line, "Shut up, Heather." They would yell it at me. I was like, oh my God.
My apologies for any negativity we've caused you.
No, it's been amazing. Okay, so Heathers the Musical, like we just said, has been taking the world by storm. How are you feeling about seeing all this positive reaction and excitement?
You know, anytime you're able to create something that fans respond to in a positive, and it has, like you said, the TikTok going viral, all of a sudden we were just literally reaching in the billions for amounts of reshares and stuff. It makes you feel good because we create, at least I create because I want, I create for fans. I create for people, for an audience to fall in love with something and make it their own. So I think whether it's music or a book or poetry or art, anytime we're creating something, it only matters when you find the right person to embrace it and go, this was for me.
That's beautiful. And especially now because theater it's very hard to be able to go to a theater production. And now you get to touch so many more lives by putting it on TV. How are you feeling about that?
You just said it perfectly, which is the sense that, we're so proud of our production in the UK and we love night after night, every time we've got a packed house, but I always want more people to see it. And the idea that for so long we've read online, oh, I'll never get to London. Oh, I'll never be able to see it. But I know the music, or we have a lot of amateur productions that we license. But to be able to give everybody a full sort of professional polish on Heathers, and people can, this weekend sit at home and watch it and go, oh, that's Heathers. That just makes me so happy. I know Kevin and Larry who wrote it, and I know our cast and crew, everybody feels the same way.
It's incredible because the production, it makes me feel like I was in the front row and I had my headphones in, so I was blasting the music. And one of my favorite songs is Candy Store. Which one's your favorite?
Candy Store is one of my favorites. I love 17, and I love our newest song from Veronica, I Say No. I just think it's such a powerful song. But what you said is really what we had wanted to accomplish was, how do I get Heather to feel like she's in the front row? And how do I make sure you feel like you have the best seat in the house? And that when people are in the audience in London, it's a rock show. It is that's what it is every night, what you're seeing on the stage capture. So for people to really experience that makes me just so happy that they can have that moment.
That's amazing. And you were saying about creating moments and memories for people. I just want to know, what was a memory that has stayed with you since the production started back in 2010?
Well, we started building it in 2005 from scratch. So I think one of the biggest moments is the first time Dan Waters, who wrote the movie, and Michael Lehman, who directed the movie, and Denise DeNovi, who produced the movie, the first moment of their faces when they heard and saw what we were doing, that was it. The original Veronica, the amazing Winona Ryder, when she saw it for the first time, her reaction, when Christian Slater, the original JD, saw it, his reaction, those people who are so intertwined, and you're taking their baby, you're taking their production and you're giving it a new life, a different life. That probably is what stuck with me the most, because if they weren't happy, then we would have failed.
That's so impactful because the movie has been such a cult classic since the 80s, and now you just made it even bigger, putting it in production in theater. But what made it click in your mind, oh, this could go to theater, this could be a theater production?
when in 2005, I was finishing a movie called She's the Man, and then another movie called Reefer Madness that was going to premiere on Showtime and Sundance. And Kevin Murphy wrote Reefer Madness, and producers had come to me and said, "Do you think Heathers could be a musical?" And I loved it, and immediately I was like, "Yes." And I went to Kevin, and then we went to Larry O'Keefe, who was a longtime friend, and we all talked about how do you make it? The movie is very dark. What can you do to give it an uplift at the end? How can you end on hope? How can you send that message that we can make change individually? We can stop the bully. Individually, we can make someone's life better. And once we approached it that way, we just knew it was going to work.
That's really cool because, like you said before, Veronica's like a very like big, powerful character, and she's the one that guides this story along to giving it that happy ending, and it adds uniqueness to the theater production.
Yeah.
And Veronica is like my favorite character. I just don't know which one's your favorite character.
I love them all. I probably Veronica's definitely my voice that I can follow, because I feel like she's making choices, not great choices always, but she's making choices. And then to me, it's really at the end, which is Veronica has to save the school. And the strength of that conviction of knowing all the baggage that she's created, knowing all the bad things she has participated in, ultimately, the romance isn't Veronica and JD, it's Veronica and her schoolmates. And she has to sacrifice everything she can to put it on the line. And I think we would be a better world if people all took that approach. If you put mankind first, you probably are going to do okay.
I like that. I never thought of that relationship between Veronica and her schoolmates, and how she always kind of like lived for herself, and then it was like giving up sacrifices. And you were talking a lot about the theme about bullying and about just a lot of like topics that this show really does base on. What is one theme that you want fans to leave with after they've seen the show or they've watched it on TV?
You know, whether you're in high school, junior high school, college, or just the workforce, everybody has a story inside that they don't put on the outside. We don't look at the cheerleader and think she might have thoughts of suicide. We don't know what somebody is dealing with. And a lot of times, by not asking, by not providing a safe ground for someone to come share, you might really be able to make a difference in someone's life by allowing the Marthas and the Macs and the Veronicas of the world to speak and to be heard. And I feel like that's what I love when people see Heathers and come and talk afterwards about maybe some experience they were going through in real life and how this is connected with them. That to me is a powerful gift that I would hope if all the people see the show and take that back out, that would be great.
I'm taking that and I'm like putting it in my heart. It
Heather.
affects you. It really does, because to watch these characters be real people, not feel so plastic and so fake. It felt like a genuine connection to the characters, which is why I like Veronica so much. I like seeing her, even though I'm a Heather, I see myself in Veronica. And can you tell me, what was it like to see the show for the first time off Broadway, seeing all of your ideas just put out on the stage?
Well, before we ever got off Broadway, we opened in LA. And the first night we opened, Kevin, Larry, and I were sitting kind of in the aisle because it was packed. And all of a sudden, everything happened like that. That's the first time I did the slow motion fight. I did it in LA. And so by the time we got to New York and we had a bigger theater, and waiting and that audience laughing at the same spots as they did in LA. So then when we got to London, and you're thinking, okay, LA and New York got it. Will London get the same response? And when London laughed in the same spots, cheered in the same spots, that just, your heart sore, because you thought, all right, We found our people. These are our people. Our corn nuts are here. We're going to keep giving them this show.
Oh, I'm so happy, and I hope that you get to have so many more years of putting Heathers on. I would love to go see it. I know a bunch of my friends would love to go. They're like big theater fans, and Heathers has always been like a need. It has to be a need.
I love that. Well, hopefully we will run for many, many years in many, many places so everybody can see it. But thankfully, those in the States can tune into Roku this weekend and start watching it and see a bird's eye view of the show.
I am so excited to see the reception of everybody just watching Heathers together, and I'm so happy for you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much to Andy Finkman for speaking with me. Heathers the Musical is available on the Roku channel September 16, 2022. I'm Heather reporting for Kids First, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to get all of our newest reviews, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!
You look like hell. Yeah. Well, I just got back.